Can we get cat cam, please, Kaisha? This is spot of the day, it's got to be.
Yeah.
No. Hello, you're so pretty. Oh, okay.
All right. I don't like you.
Don't like me.
Whoa! Oh, there's the leg knob.
It's just Swift. It's just Swift. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh my days.
370, is that?
What is going on?
Wow.
It's 370. How bizarre. Well, on that, welcome everybody to another wonderful episode of the WAYMOE SpotCast. I always say wonderful like I know how the episode's going to go. That is hooning it. I'm Charlie Brigden. I'm joined by my wonderful guest host, Damien. Is it Furley? Is that how you pronounce it?
Turley or
Turley.
Thurley?
Damien Turley.
TH, you are.
You might not recognise Damien, but you'll definitely recognise his panda, which I'll have a lovely picture of here, which is the... do you know, I saw two people arguing over if it was an AE86 or an MR2 at Jap's show.
Oh, yeah.
And I nearly butted in, but I stayed out of it.
I get that quite often. I've been at caffeine before and kids come up.
Yeah.
It's an MR2.
Yeah. Because the amount of variations they did of those AE86s, I could imagine they did one with a spoiler and a rear engine. But that's just the MR2 at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's just a front engine mounted at MR2.
Well, if you go underneath, it's still got all of the front engine stuff, like the tie rods and stuff. They're just blanked off. That's cool. Oh yeah, we got Kaisha on the camera, we got Charlie on the camera. Emily is sunbathing at the back there, offering us emotional support. Ooh, there must be a 350, 370 thing on.
There's a Z meet.
We've seen so many of them. Look at the camber on that. That's wild. I love it when you see actual decent fitment. Oh my days.
Rev it.
Oh, he's got his window. He's got his window up. That is absolute dream car for me. A V10 at M5.
Until it breaks.
And then
it breaks your bank.
miles. Yeah, it completely grenades the engine.
RX-7.
Oh wow, that's so nice.
FD.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, that guy works at Caffeine and Machine.
Does he?
He's one of the staff, yeah. He bought it from Japan on quite low mileage, and he spent his first week just scraping off tar from the roof liner because the previous owner just smoked like a chimney.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a mint car, but the inside was covered in fag burns and, everything was yellow.
It's like my current daily. It stinks of cigarettes.
Oh, does it really?
I've cleaned it that many times.
It's crazy how much people smoked. If you especially 90s cars, like my 106 has got ashtrays in the back door pockets.
Yeah.
It's just
they'd have ashtrays everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like our Mark 1 MR2s. You got your steering wheel, gear stick, cigarette tray. Yeah. It's just you can just drive with a cigarette in one hand, changing the...
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, Japanese do it differently, don't they? They don't do ashtrays in modern cars, do they?
I think it's probably an optional extra nowadays.
Yeah, because I know we all live off of the 12 volt. What they used to,
socket,
where it
was a cigarette lighter. Now it's a 12 volt.
I was trying to light a Zoot at Jap show, and I didn't have a lighter. Huh? And I went in my Peugeot. I was like, oh yeah, there's it's got a cigarette lighter. So I started lighting it, and I looked at it and realised that this cigarette lighter had never been used. No. It was completely pristine. I felt really guilty, so I put it back. It was like...
You didn't even use it?
I did. I used it enough to put... a pot, like a mark on it, and then I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. Wow. Where's the exhaust? I did that. Swift didn't look like it had an exhaust. It's just Swift. It's just Swift.
So I guess this must be a club candid.
That sounded like a bus. I don't know if I like them. I kind of like the really, really modern ones.
Oh, yeah.
And like the really old ones, like the Mark 1 Swift's cute.
Yeah.
But these, that's just a Peugeot.
No, I do quite like that shape.
Yeah. They're supposedly really good fun to drive. I know Fifth Gear, when they first came out, I think they had Tiff try and park it by J-turning. Yeah. And he could do it quite consistently because of how dialed in they are.
Yeah.
But there's just so many cars I'd get before a Swift, really. Yeah. Speak of the devils. Wow.
There's a new one.
That's a lot of Swifts. That's a lot of bikes as well. There's a problem with bikes. Sat here, cars you can talk over. These bikes...
Oh yeah, a lot of them are too noisy.
Woo! They're so nice. They're so lovely. I couldn't leave my house when it's this hot and put a leather jacket on.
No, a full leather suit?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
boots,
crazy
gloves,
how.
and then a helmet.
Yeah, it's insane.
Did you see the guy at Jap Show that walked around in a full race suit?
Yes,
Did you see him with a helmet and everything?
Yeah, yeah. He just got off the drag strip and then just hung out in the sun. Yeah, that got hot at Jap Show, didn't it?
Oh,
I don't know how he deal with. So you went to Jap Fest, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where it was like, because I didn't go, but I heard it was a disaster because it was so windy. Because I know a load of businesses didn't show up because it was so windy and they couldn't put their marquees up. And loads of people went home at camping. I don't know if you camped.
No, I didn't camp.
But
I just went
I
on
heard
the
a
day.
load of the MR2 lot just went home.
No. Like I say, I just went on the day, but when Steve Smossett went to pack up,
Yeah.
his tent had gone.
Did you really? That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, that's the thing, like, it's you really at the mercy. Like, Jap Fest being so early in the year as well. Remember the year I camped, it was so cold. Like, it was brutally cold. But they just like being the first show, I think.
It's got to be the biggest of the
Jap
year,
Fest
I
is, it's
reckon.
got to be, yeah.
But
I
they
can't
do
think of
Europe
anything
as
that's
well,
bigger
don't
than Jap Fest. Bug Jam probably is.
they? Yeah.
I think Bug Jam might
I mean,
be.
Japanese-wise.
Oh, Japanese-wise,
yeah,
Jap Fest, 100%. It's just a bit of an unfortunate name, really. It doesn't sound particularly friendly, does it? Jap Fest. And then Jap Show. I know Adam C can't call it Jap Fest in the title because it gets demonetised.
Yeah.
So he has to call it like JDM Fest.
I do think is it a bit derogatory?
It
Jap.
is in American.
Yeah.
Americans, Jap was a very derogatory term after like World War II, I think. But we never really used it like that, which is why I think it's okay with it being all ish. It's just a bit embarrassing to be like, oh yeah, I was at Jap Fest yesterday. It just doesn't sound particularly.
I was at Japanese Fest.
Yeah,
you don't roll off
Japanese
the
just
tongue
sounds
as well,
like you're
you
just
coming
eating
to Japanese
sushi.
show?
Yeah. The Jap Show isn't much better.
Is this an Elgrand?
Yes, it is. Those, I'd love one of them. I'd love one so much. They're really cool. You can get ones that have like the passenger seat, like swivels all the way round.
Yeah.
I
think they make a pretty cool camper.
They'd make a really cool camper. They're like 3.5 litre V6s, same as the
Z,
350s. Yeah. That would be. And then the Toyota Preveras that's got supercharged mid-engines.
Yeah.
In a minivan. But it's like, yeah, I think they're so cool. But I don't mind the VW camper vans. Those old, like especially the 80s ones, the really boxy ones.
What do you make of the new one, the Buzz?
I think it's quite cool.
Yeah, I like it.
It's interesting. I do think they look nice. I've seen people. You can get them as vans now as well, with like no windows.
Yeah.
But also, like the whole point of a split window is you can like drive for 500 miles, fill up in like the one petrol station that's in the desert that you're in, and then keep going. But you can't really do that with an ID Buzz. I don't think they'll have like a Tesla supercharger in the middle of the
You have to carry a generator.
great unknown. Yeah. It's I'd be curious how many, like the uptick in how many stranded people in electric cars the AA have to come and save.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they've got like a petrol generator or something to charge those cars.
They must have.
But also driving them to like 0% kills them. It's seriously bad for them.
Yeah.
It just makes me so anxious, just being like, oh, I can't get to a petrol station for like 25 miles.
I mean, does it work kind of like like your car?
Yeah.
You know when it's empty. You
How
know when
long
it's
I can
proper
go.
empty.
Yeah.
It's on empty, but I know I can make it to there.
Yeah, I got another 30 miles
But
empty.
when a Tesla gets to 0, is that it?
I think so, yeah. So I think at like 5% it like puts you in limp mode maybe. Yeah. But I know driving it on 0% is seriously bad for it.
Yeah,
You're really not supposed to.
But surely, if you know, hey, we've got a visitor.
What's that? Hello. Can we get cat cam, please, Kaisha? Hi. Hello. This is spot of the day. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what we forgot to do?
Like, what's going on?
Hi.
No, it's not friendly.
Noisy gearbox. What that feline has reminded me is we've got a pick. I wanted to do it, but I'll let you do it because you're the guest today. We're going to pick a card from this top trumps deck. And whatever card you pick, if we see that card, we're going to have to pack up and go home, right? So we could be recording for 45 minutes an hour, or it could drive past immediately and we've got to go home. So,
Oh, he's back.
Pick a card, any card, sir. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see one of these today.
What was it?
Alfa Romeo Spider.
An Alfa Romeo Spider. So if we see an old, what is it, 60s? Yeah, 1966 Alfa Romeo Spider, we got to pack up. I think we might be all right.
It is a Sunday.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not completely out of the. It's just like there's Porsche 911s in here. I would be a bit worried if we picked one of those up.
Yeah, 10 a penny or a McLaren.
We have seen so many 911s. It's funny, as soon as it turns Sunday and the weather's nice, it's 911, 911, 911 constantly. I suppose you've not got a 911. You seem like a 911 kind of fella.
I've not got 911 money.
Yeah, true.
No, I have looked at 911s in the budget, but it's...
Because it'd only be like 996s, right? Like mid-2000s, 2008.
Yeah, the ones with the... I don't really like that shape of the headlight.
Yeah.
I like the round headlight.
Yeah, they're like melted egg.
Like the 996.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being very distracted by this visitor here. Hello, sir.
I mean, I've had a couple of Porsches. I've had a 924.
You had a 924?
Many years ago.
Many years ago.
And,
Is that all right?
And obviously the Cayenne, which is a Q7 in a posh dress. But yeah, the 924.
Yeah, I forget that they're all just like people buying out like Lamborghini Uruses, and it's literally just an Audi Q7.
Yes, yeah.
And like, so what? When did you own this 924?
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
About...
Was it new or did it second hand?
No, I bought it from my partner's father. Must have been about the year 2000.
Yeah.
Didn't have it very long. Like many of my cars, I don't have them very, very long.
I had that.
Panda.
When I first started driving, I bought a Volkswagen Lupo, and after about 3 months, I got sick of how slow it was. It was fun to drive. The steering was really nice, but it was so slow. So then I went through about 5 cars in a year, just because I just got bored of them immediately. And I kept my Civic for a good 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if I had the money, I'd constantly be cycling cars.
If I had the money, I'd just keep them all. But
yeah, exactly.
And the space.
Like Kaisha wants to keep her first car for like ever, and that like to be able to do that is quite a good goal to have, especially if it's like her Micra's really cool. But yeah, see that's the thing. I'd rather buy like 10 2,000, 5,000 pound cars than like one like Lamborghini or something. I'd rather have the variety than. Hello.
He's like, what's going on?
He's in hunting mode.
Somebody's front room is in
yeah. Oh, what is that?
He's gone.
What is that? I got no idea what that is. Is it a Morgan? Is it a very old Morgan? Jesus. Like a Morgan. That's beautiful. That's so nice. Interesting colour scheme. Blue and bluer. I'd love one of them. They're like primarily made of wood, aren't they?
Are they?
They've got like a metal chassis and then they like just build wood.
A wooden frame.
Yeah. They're quite cool. They're all hand built and like hand beaten.
Yeah.
But yeah, fully British company. I don't know what engines they've got though.
I've got no clue about Morgans.
But yeah, I couldn't tell you. I'm curious how old they are. Like, have they been around for a while, or did they just look?
I mean,
like
that was an N range. So what's that, like a 96?
N, ABCD. Yeah, so D is like 87.
Yeah, it's 96.
Yeah. But that registration system confuses me because I know a D-Reg is an 87, but I've seen D-Reg 86s. Is it the same where it's like it actually starts halfway through the year?
Basically, I think it went from September to September.
Right. So sort of like what we've got with the 56 and the 66 kind of thing.
Yeah, but now we have 2 regs a year, so we'll have 51.
51 and it would have been
01
and 51.
01 and 51. Yeah. Whereas
very
before
confusing.
you just have one registration every year.
Whoa!
Oh, there's a Legnum.
That's a
Mitsubishi Legnum.
That's really nice. That's a cool car to get instead of a Fiesta ST.
Yeah, it is.
Just so you know, we know that's Aidan. He's I want to say good friend, but that might get us arrested and like implicated in some problems. Yeah.
You better clear your hard drive.
Yeah. That Bentley's nice. I do quite like those. They're very footballer cars, though, aren't they?
I got offered a few of them when I was trying to sell the Porsche.
Yeah.
And it's just a ridiculous.
But you really, it's straight trade. You could just switch between.
Yeah.
The W12, right?
6 litre W12.
Oh. A W12 would be
Probably
nice.
like 7 miles per gallon.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's like that Volvo I was looking at, that 5-cylinder like T5 turbo.
Yeah.
I looked up the MPG, and people average about 20. And it's like, how do you get...
It's not bad. not bad for the car.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
It's like those old American things where you get they do these V8s and they say it's got the efficiency of a V8 and the power of a 4-cylinder.
No.
Whoa! Is that a keep?
Yeah, it's a keep.
He's miles away. That's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. Shout out a keep.
Didn't turn up at the show, but it's turned up at it.
Whoa! I love them with a hard top. I think any like soft top that you put a hard top on ends up looking so nice.
It's just an improvement.
What are your thoughts on the Boxers and Caymans? Are you a fan? My dad's desperate for a Cayman.
I've looked at Caymans. I'm not a fan of the box stuff.
No. I never used to like them, but the newer ones are growing on me, especially like the GT4s.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like are starting to prefer them to 911s, which is just crazy.
It's a lower budget, isn't it?
Yeah. I can imagine it's more fun, especially with like the way the 911s are going. Like every German car, they're just getting bigger and heavier.
Yeah.
So then if you want something that's actually still lightweight, it's like they say with the Beamers, the only like real like one that's still got the feel of an M car is the M2 because it's the smallest and lightest.
Yeah.
It's because I can imagine like an M5 must weigh so much.
But what's the size of the engine in the M2? Is it a 3 litre?
It must be like a 3 litre straight 6, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, Mercedes came out and said, like, oh, we're only putting, like, 4 cylinders in our AMG cars anymore. And then they did, like, one generation of it and no one bought them. And now they're going back on what they said. I think a lot of car companies have been like, oh, yeah, electric's the future, hybrid's the future. And then it's not really worked out and everyone's kind of going back on
Then everybody's on to, like, 3 cylinders.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise there's Fiat 500s that are 2 cylinders.
Yeah?
I had no clue that you could even have a 2-cylinder car, to be honest. It can't be particularly smooth.
Basically like a motorbike, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's called a twin air, and they're 2 cylinders, and they're supposedly quite fun to drive. I can imagine it sounds cool, because it's got a rev quite high, surely. But a 2-cylinder, it's just so weird.
No, I thought 3-cylinder would be struggling.
Yeah, 3 cylinders, like the GR Yaris is a 3-cylinder.
Yeah.
And,
somebody was saying earlier there's somebody got like 450 brake hours.
That's crazy. I have a 3-cylinder.
Yeah, with a 3-cylinder.
I don't understand how you get Japanese cars with such like strong engines. Like, why does the 2J go up to 1,000 brake horsepower? Like, why did they make it so strong? It's so weird. It's like some of them have really weird limitations in really weird places. Like the and in the Mitsubishi Colt you can get to like 300 brake horsepower, but you'll snap the con rods because they're about that thick.
Yeah.
And then, but then you've got like 2Js that you can just get 1,000 brake out without changing the pistons. Hello, sir. Hi.
Just overly engineered.
Yeah. It's a very German way of going about it, but then the German cars just don't work. Like that V10 M5 we saw, if he takes that above 6,000 RPM, it might just explode.
Yeah. I mean, that body with a 2J in it, then...
No, but that V10 must be so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, if you buy one and you don't have any history, you've basically got to take the engine apart and change the rod bearings.
Yeah, that's what they say, basically. The first thing to do is rebuild the engine.
Because if it hasn't been done, it will just grenade the engine.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's lovely. I don't know what that is.
That wasn't my trump card, was it?
That's a Spitfire. I know it wasn't, no. That could have been, it's not far off.
V6 MR2.
Whoa, that's so nice.
Driven by a Viking.
What's up? Driven by a Viking. That's so nice. So he got featured on TV with that recently, didn't he?
Yeah, Car SOS.
Yeah, they wanted to try, so they had a MR2, a Mark 1 that they were doing up, and they got that to like rag around the track just to see what they felt like.
They had Steve Earls as well, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah,
so Moss-Ups is a supercharger, Steve Earls is NA.
Yeah. Have you seen the interior of Moss-Ups? It's just, he doesn't have any radio or anything, it's just the boost gauge.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's such a nice car as well. Hello. To have a tin top supercharger as well. But I think a lot of them were tin top actually. They didn't sell the supercharger over here, did they?
No, it's Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese only. Same as MR2 turbo.
They kept all the good stuff for themselves. Really? They didn't sell the turbo over here?
No.
Hello, you're so pretty. Oh, okay.
Right. They don't like you.
Don't like me. I probably smell like cat, to be fair. I'm loving the Hirachis. This is taking me back to like secondary school. I used to love those shoes. They are so comfortable. Yeah, they're so comfortable.
They're like slippers.
Yeah,
and they weigh nothing.
I've still got my pet. Do you know how the Tinker Hatfield, the man that designed that, was trying to make a tighter fitting shoe, and he couldn't work out what material to use, and then he went like boating or like canoeing or something, and he got those like shoes that are made of like neoprene.
Yeah, neoprene.
That you just do up with a toggle, and he was like, "That's it, I've got it now." Yeah. So he just literally the top half of it is like a neoprene shoe, and then all of that is just like an exoskeleton to like hold up the material.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, they're really interesting shoes, and they're still. Yeah, they're really, really interesting shoes. And they're really, really comfortable.
Oh, yeah, really
like
comfortable.
the cushioning at the back. But yeah, they were the shoe when I was growing up. It was Huaraches. Because Nike do this thing where it's like every 20 years they just rehash everything from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's like the main shoe.
I mean, the 95s was my
I
era.
love a 95.
90s. The best era of cars as well.
Yes, absolutely. 80s into 90s.
And music.
Yeah, I'm more of a 60s, but literally just because of the Beatles. Wow.
My partner only just found out, whilst we was on holiday,
Yeah.
that the Beatles did drugs.
Really?
Yeah.
She thought they were sober?
I said, I had a revelation. Oh, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
LSD.
Well, they say that's not what it is. They say it's absolutely, it's just a massive
I read
coincidence.
that. It was his son or something?
Yeah, so a friend of his son had drawn a picture of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and he just thought that was quite a good idea. Oh, nice hair. They look so good with the aerial up. I really wish my MR2 still had its aerial. Is it a Japanese thing today? There's lots of Japanese cars. Oh, is it Daikoku?
Daikoku weekend.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
See, that always used to be Wednesday. Or is it still Wednesdays and they do it
Still
on
the first Wednesday of the month, but every now and then they do a weekend event.
I remember a few months ago, it might have been a year or so ago now, they did a wedge weekend where they invited everyone who had a car that looked like a wedge to show up, and just nobody, like, who's got wedge cars? Like, we've kind of got wedge cars, because I'm that's it. And then after that, I can't think of like a cheap wedge car. Everything else is like Lancia Stratos, Lamborghini Countach.
Triumph TR7?
Triumph TR7, that's a good one.
But they're all a pile of rust now.
Fiat XR1 as well. Is it an XR1?
X19?
No. X19, that's it.
Yeah.
XR1 is a Fiesta, isn't it? Yeah, those are cool. And then, the Triumph's a good idea. But the full sale sign's good. We get lots of advertisement there.
Yeah, I mean, beyond the MR2s and the TR7s, then your wedge cars become Ferraris, Lotuses.
Yeah. I'd love a Lancia Stratos, though. I think if I could have any car, no, it'd be a Zonda, probably. But they're both wedges, aren't they? Because it's just like
that kind of shape.
Wow. Those, I like those, but the interior is horrible. Have you seen the interior of those?
No.
It's just silver plastic, and then all of the buttons are it's two buttons all the way down. Yeah. It's just button in like a column on the dashboard, surrounded by like a 3-inch border of just silver plastic. It's horrible. But then I don't know what happened. It was like late 90s when everyone just stopped caring about their interiors. Like the 80s, the interiors are insane.
Really?
Like even with if you look at a Mark 1 MR2 compared to a Mark 2, it just feels like there's so much less thought put into it. Like it's nice, but the Mark 1's so angular and all over the place.
Well, it matches the shape of the car,
yeah.
doesn't it?
But if you look in a Lamborghini Countach, it was just like, they've got to get the dials on there and a place for the shifter, and that's it. It just looks like cardboard boxes.
Just the essentials.
Yeah. They're supposedly really bad to drive as well, those Countachs. I can't imagine they're great.
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind driving. I wouldn't mind driving one, no. Well, that's the only reason I got a Mark 1 MR2 is I can't afford a Countach.
That was your next choice.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of Countach or a rust bucket.
That was your auto trade on last search. Countach, MR2.
MR2, yeah. Oh, could you imagine? I love a Countach. I really like the really, really early Countachs before they put any of the body kit on, and they just look like a bar of soap. And then they slowly, the wing on those things doesn't do anything.
No.
They're completely useless. They actually cause lift.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they started doing them as an optional extra, and they had loads of people just coming back to the factory being like, put this wing on my car, please. But I actually think that it was originally aftermarket, and Lamborghini were like, oh, these are selling like hotcakes, we'll just put them on ourselves. Yeah. That might be wrong. I make up a lot of stuff about cars.
I don't know. I can't correct you if I don't know.
The thing with these top jumps, they're all over the place. Some of the stats on the top jumps are just completely made up. Yeah. Like it says.
What does this say for this?
See, that might be right. The McLaren F1, it says it has 900 brake horsepower, which it absolutely does not.
150.
150?
150,
From a car in the 60s?
That seems a lot.
That does seem a lot. Top speed of 118 miles an hour with 150 brake horsepower. That doesn't seem right, does it? It's nice. I can imagine you feel like so like one with the world on a bike. Like you really just, there's no protection or anything at all. Those are nice. They're so loud. Whoa. Oh. They're so loud.
Do you think it keeps lifting up the front end?
We're not, we're looking at the bikes. Why would we be looking at you?
You were sticking the thumbs up. I was wondering what's going on.
Yeah. We're staring down the road and Kaisha's like, why is everyone staring at me? Those are nice. That's got the Mugen body kit on it as well. I quite like those. Jeremy Clarkson just absolutely slated them on Top Gear though, so no one likes them. I don't mind them. I think they're quite nice. I think they look cool. It's a shame there's not a massive aftermarket for them because it's the Mugen body kit or nothing. Yeah. Like, so they all look pretty much the same. It's a bit like the RS3s and, well, the S3s everyone buys. It's just like, can't really do much other than put a splitter on it.
Yeah.
And like, that's
everybody
it,
does
really.
the same thing.
And a pop and bang map. That's probably why everyone just gets really loud exhausts. Oh, what's that? Is that a 944 or is it an old TBR? I'm not quite sure. It's got a bit of red disease.
I should have brought my glasses.
I got binoculars in my bag if you want to use those. I think it is an old Porsche, yeah. Yeah, it's a 944. That is really nice. But again, what do you think about cars like that in red? I feel like it just kind of kills them for me. That suits the red.
It's the...
They are nice.
It's a uniform sports car colour, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, well, I've got a bug in my water now, so I'm going to call that as a sign to finish the episode. This has been Damien, my wonderful co-host and guest and just general sexy tanned man.
And assistant mechanic. He forgot to mention all the work we did on his car.
You did fix my car. I've been Charlie. Behind the camera has been Charlie, Kaisha. Emily's still just sunbathing. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, follow us on all of the normal things. Bye.
Bye.